Hi guys, welcome to Cjcoaching's YouTube channel. These are 10 simple changes you can make that will make sure you can get lean and stay lean, so check them out. Point 1, so what you want to do is move more. So essentially you want to be taking the stairs, don't take the lift, try and walk places, get up, make a drink, move around as much as you can. One top tip is get a Fitbit, really good just tracking how much movement you're doing, how often you're on your feet. Try and stay as busy as you can. The more you move, the more calories you're burning, even if it's cleaning the house, cleaning the car, whatever you're doing. If you're moving your body or using your body, you're burning calories, this is going to create a energy demand and will help you lose weight. So that's tip number 1. Coinciding with tip number 1, tip number 2 is you have to be in a calorie deficit. So essentially for that you need to be burning more calories than you're actually consuming. So it's physically impossible to lose body weight if you are eating more calories than you're burning. So essentially what you want to be doing on a daily basis is making sure that your metabolic rate, so the amount of calories your body needs to maintain your body weight, you're eating under that. I would aim for a deficit of around 500, so maybe try and get at least 300-400 from exercise and another couple of hundred from a calorie deficit. So if you're not losing weight, look to either move more or drop your calories slightly more. So that's point 2. This is an easy way to make sure that you are consistently chipping away at dropping your body fat down. If you aren't losing weight, either eating too much or you're not moving enough. Point number 3, stay hydrated, drink more water. Water is essential for every bodily function essentially. I think around 78% of your body is actually made up of water. If you're dehydrated, this can have a massive effect on how you feel, your performance, and generally how your body runs. Also, one of the big benefits if you drink more water is that you will feel more full and therefore you'll be craving less. A lot of the time where you're feeling really hungry and you're craving food is not actually being hungry and your body wanting food, is actually where it's dehydrated. So make sure you keep hydrated. I would also always take with you a bottle of water wherever you go. If you work in an office, it's always a good idea to have a big bottle of water on your desk and just keep topping up your glass as you go through the day. So maybe buy big 2-litre bottles of water and you can just ensure you're managing your water intake that way. So that is one of the big deciding factors in making sure that your body is performing optimally. So make sure you get the water in. Point number 4, limit sugar consumption. So you do not want to be taking in sugary carbs all day, especially when you don't need them. So for example, it's very popular, I'm going to be sexist here and say for women in particular to have a lot of fruit in the morning for breakfast. This isn't really ideal if you're not actually working out around this period. So I would ideally say breakfast wise, proteins, fats, if you aren't working out around that sort of period. It's fine to have sugary foods as in terms of fruit, you can have some cereal and other bits and pieces, but I'd ideally try and keep around the workout perimeter, so ideally post-workout or even before working out. So try to keep the carbohydrates around when you're training, and that will make a big difference in the way your body uses the fuel. You don't want to be loading yourself with sort of sugars throughout the day, constantly drip feeding them in, so bear that in mind. Point number 5, fairly related to limiting sugar consumption, is rotating your carbohydrates. So as I briefly touched on the previous point, I would try to push your carbohydrates around when you're training. So coinciding with that, what I would suggest is you almost end up in some sort of form of carb cycle, which I naturally do with all my clients. So what we would do is have a training day diet and a rest day diet. A training day diet will be higher carbohydrate quite significantly. A rest day diet, depending on the client's goal, will be mainly proteins and fats or proteins and veggies. So ideally on the rest days you want to try and keep the carbohydrate consumption down lower, just so you get that natural ebb and flow through the week of a carb cycle. So this will also give you a calorie cycle through the week, so this way it will keep your body uptaking nutrients when it actually needs them and you're not overly saturating yourself with calories, carbohydrates. This way it will help your body run more efficiently and will also help you drop the calories as an overall for the week, which will then help you to lose weight. Point number 6, eat your calories, don't drink them. So don't drink alcohol. This is going to be massively counterproductive if you want to get lean, if you want to stay lean. It will not help your body run optimally. It's full of empty calories, offers no nutritional value at all, and will lead to weight gain. Also coinciding with that, I would avoid drinking calories from sources such as fruit juice, which is very high in sugar content, and also from fizzy drinks. These are empty calories, going to spike your blood sugar massively and not going to fill you up at all. So if you want calories, eat them, don't drink them, because that will not help you at all with your goals. Point number 7, check the back of labels. So look on the back of sauce labels for say mayonnaise and other sort of table sauces you're using. It makes a big difference in terms of the calorie content. If you're loading something up with say Thai sweet chili dip, that's basically pure sugar you're pouring on your food. So you could be having a chicken salad and putting half a bottle of that on it, and then you're suddenly ploughing on 40-50 grams of carbs from nowhere. So be aware of what you are consuming from sources. That does make a big difference and it does add up significantly. Point number 8, this isn't necessarily the easiest one to do because it depends on people's lifestyles, but it's try and get enough sleep and manage your stress levels. Cortisol is a killer and it will essentially come about from being stressed, not sleeping enough. It's proven that it does affect and can cause cancers. So that will have a very detrimental effect on your physique and how your body performs. So try and stay relaxed as much as you can, which isn't easy obviously in everyone's busy lives nowadays. So that would be a big fact to try and bear in mind. And also trying to sleep enough. Try to avoid, before you go to bed, playing on your iPhone, watching TV in bed. Try to just relax before you go to bed and then try and get a decent night's sleep. Ideally, you really want to be trying to get at least 7 to 8 hours as a real minimum. If you can guarantee this, it will make a big difference. And I'd also suggest to try and get a good circadian rhythm, whatever the word is. Try to go to bed on a weekly basis at the same time every night and then get up at the same time, so your body gets into a clockwork habit. If you get to the habit of going to bed really late at the weekend and sleeping your loads, you effectively almost give your body jet lag. So that's something to bear in mind when you're having a big lane at the weekend, that you will be feeling lethargic come Monday, Tuesday. Point number 9, too big a drastic calorie drop. You can't drop your calories super low from the outset when you're starting a diet. If you do that, you have nowhere to go at all and you are going to screw yourself over metabolically massively. So for example, if you started a diet and your calories initially, before you start the diet with say 3,000 a day, and suddenly you drop to 1,500 a day, you literally slash in half what you're eating. Yes, initially you will lose weight and you will do well probably for the first 3 weeks, and then you're going to plateau, and then you're going to have a real issue, because where do you go from there? Because you can't drop the calories any lower, it's not practical, and you're going to hit an absolute brick wall. Your body will be basically going into starvation mode, won't be wanting to give up any body fat, will essentially be trying to store any food you take on as body fat, which is going to be an absolute nightmare scenario. So you'll essentially be storing body fat, eating a sort of war ration. So that is something you really want to make sure that you're dealing with very delicately. So I would try and drop your calories incrementally as you go through the diet. So you want to be looking to elicit changes on a weekly basis. Don't just try and slash them massively from the outset, otherwise you're going to lead yourself up for real big problems. Point number 10, last one, life is for living, and you have to have everything in moderation. So if you're going to have cheat meals or food that you shouldn't be eating, make sure it's something you actually really enjoy. Don't just have shit food for the sake of it. If, for example, I know that I love, let me think of something, blueberry Pop-Tarts. If I wanted to have some sort of junk food, I might have 2 of those post-workout, but I wouldn't eat, for example, profiteroles at a family lunch, because I don't like profiteroles. I wouldn't just eat them for the sake of it. If you really like something and you enjoy it and it's an integral part of your life for whatever reason, have it in moderation, have it now and then. You don't have to not have it at all, but don't just have junk food for the sake of having it. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to eat it. That on its own will make a big difference on how you manage your lifestyle and how you manage your relationship with food, and will ensure you can keep pushing forward and keep getting your body to where it wants to be and managing the process throughout your life. So those are my 10 top tips, guys, on losing weight simply and forever. So essentially, it's all about sustainability and what you can manage in the long term. So bear this in mind with everything you're doing. If you're on a diet at the moment, you can't see yourself doing it in 6 months, it's not going to be the right diet for you. You might lose weight now, but when you come off the diet, you're going to rebound really badly. So bear that in mind. Any questions, guys, drop me a comment. Details for my contact details are in the description below. Any questions, give me a shout out.